Hey, it's Jason. I'm here with the 2007 Land Rover Range Rover L322, and today I am going to work on the leather seats. I'm going to clean them and condition them. I've already did an initial vacuum, and I'll be using the Chemical Guys leather cleaner and conditioner. So first I will use the cleaner, then I will use the conditioner. I have 3 new microfiber cloths. Some say to use like a horse brush to brush the cleaner in. I'm just going to use the microfiber cleaning, and then one for the conditioner. And what I'm trying to do is, if you look at this leather, you can see, you know, it's 14 years old at this point, or in a couple of weeks it'll be 14 years old. And I want to try to make sure areas like this are well conditioned, because that will prevent it as you get in and out from eventually ripping. And I do not want to have to redo these seats. I'm going to also do the steering wheel, and if you look here, you can kind of see, you know, where it has a little bit of grime from years of holding it. And then I'm going to do the center armrest area, the console area here, I guess the cubby, where if you keep your arm here as you're driving in the summer, oils from your skin and whatnot can come off. So I'm going to do all of these seats in this 2007 Land Rover Range Rover L322. I've already did where the car seat is, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I'm going to vacuum back here and do the same process. So this is a pretty easy video in terms of what we're going to do with the car, but I'm hoping that you might find it helpful if you begin to embark on doing this. And less of how to do it I will show, but more so what the end results look like. Okay, so the first thing that they call for is to clean the leather using the Chemical Brothers, or Chemical Guys I should say, leather cleaner. And the leather cleaner, I basically am just hitting it with my towel. It's a microfiber cloth, and I'm just working it in. And these are black seats, so you don't notice nearly as much grime. But you're going to want to do this on the seat to get it nice and clean before you actually put the conditioner on. So you would want to follow this process for the entire leather seat, just to work the cleaner in. I have the heat on in my car because it is cold outside today, so I'm trying to keep the vehicle at a reasonable temperature, and I'm just working it in with these microfiber cloths. Now you see some folks use a light brush to brush it in. I'm a little less concerned because these seats aren't in terrible shape. They don't have visible stains or anything. I'm just doing this to get any like oils, grease, or anything like that off the seat. So you would want to go through and do this for each seat to get it really nice. Let it sit in and dry a little bit. You don't want to put the conditioner on until all the cleaner is off. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on this seat. I'm going to finish it up, the sides, the back, really nice. And then I'll do the cubby here. You're not seeing anything come off these seats, which I kind of expected a little bit here. But you can definitely tell they're getting much cleaner. So let me finish doing the rest of these areas in here, and then what I'll do is I'll show how I put the conditioner on the seat, how I work that off, and then we'll be able to show before and after, because I took a video before, and that's really the purpose of this video. The cubby here is where I've noticed the most coming off. I'm just applying it, let it kind of get a little foamy on the microfiber. And I noticed on this, which this had visible stains on it from my arm basically sitting and resting as I drive. And this, it's a noticeable difference on that cubby, which is nice. So on the steering wheel, I'm going to follow, the similar process, but instead of spraying the wheel at all, because I don't want to overspray, I'm just going to get it on this microfiber cloth, let it sit in, and then I'm going to kind of take it and just do a really nice rub. The reason why my steering wheel is moving is because I have the car on. But like, these are the areas where you can really see it getting in there. I'm actually quite surprised, because this is probably the most worn leather in the whole vehicle, given you touch it constantly. So I'm going to just go ahead and finish cleaning this up, and I'll put conditioner on this as well. But this is looking really nice. You can see on the microfiber, let me get it out of the sun and kind of in an area where you can see it. You can see this grime coming off of the leather. A lot of that came off the steering wheel and the cubby. So this is clearly working. So I'm very pleased to start seeing this nastiness just come off of the leather. And it's a noticeable difference. The steering wheel feels brand new. It doesn't feel nasty at all. It never looked nasty, but you always knew it had a little bit of grime on it. And then that, of course, looks great too. Okay, so I'm at the point of the process where I will apply the conditioner for the leather. I'm using the Chemical Guys conditioner. I'm using a brand new microfiber cloth, and I'm going to put a little bit on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it into this just a little bit like so. And I'm going to put it directly on the seat like so. And just really work it in. And it's like lotion. I love how it feels when it goes on. And it smells, I think, nice. It definitely is not a nasty smell. You know you're putting it on there. I'm avoiding just squirting it directly on the seat, because this is a heated and cooled seat. So I don't want to get a ton in these holes. I just want to kind of work it in. So again, I just had my microfiber cloth. I put some directly on it, kind of work it into the towel a little bit, and then give it a nice rub on the seat. And then that avoids a lot of stuff getting into the holes that cool and warm when you sit on the seat. So I'll go through and apply the conditioner on all of the leather, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so the job is done. I'm going to do my best to show, but it's really hard to show because they didn't look that dirty. But the texture is so nice. It feels like you put lotion on the seat, but it's not sticky or overly slick. You can see the back here. I'm really pleased with how that came out. That had a visible layer of body oil, basically, from an arm sitting on it. The same with the armrest. It came out real nice. Little features like the leather shifter here. I even did the little cover, because these are prone after a while to rust out. I mean, to rust. I'm working on a Land Rover. That's typically what happens. To dry out. And then the steering wheel, noticeably different, visibly. None of that grime is in there. And it feels good. And then I even did little areas like this, which, you know, you can see where the leather is getting aged, but it feels nice and protective. So I think the key thing to note here is conditioner is like skin. It's like lotion for your skin. You know, your skin may look okay, but it's cracked and dry, and then over time it's going to be really bad. So when you're working on a car that's 14 years old, like this 2007 Land Rover Range Rover, that conditioner is really important to just keep that leather in nice shape. And you can see it feels just remarkable. It smells nice. So I'm really happy with how this ultimately turned out. And then of course I did over here as well, and you can see I'm in the armrest. So I think it came out really nice. It's hard to show on a video, but this always felt like it was getting a little dry and worn, which is the edge of the seat, and now it feels much better. And then the same thing on the door handle here as well. So overall, I would give the Chemical Brothers cleaner a good rating. It was very affordable. I got it very quick on Amazon, and it's not that difficult to do. Obviously there's a few other ways one could do it, but first I used the cleaner, and then next I used the conditioner to give me my finished product. So that's that. Thanks for tuning in. Check out my blog, www.jamz.net. That's JAMZ.net. And you can see all kinds of things that my son and I do on our car collection and even DIY projects.